Hello, everyone. Welcome to Crossbar Podcast. This is our first episode. This is Yaz,
This is Brian.
AR7.
and we have a fourth person. He's not here. He's going to be our weekly guest.
Hi, Brian. Tell the people, how did we meet?
How we met? That's a good question.
I only ask good questions.
I mean, I can tell you how I met you guys, but
So we met at UMass. We formed an intramural football team, and we go by the
Rangers.
We met in the soccer fields playing pickup, met each other, exchanged numbers, formed a team, and then we just grew bigger and bigger and bigger, more people on the team. So let's start off with some icebreakers. All right, this is gonna be rapid fire. I'm just gonna spit them out, less than a second. Just
all right, man.
give me those answers. Who wants to go first?
Brian.
All right, Brian. Run it up. Run it up, Brian. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
No.
PS4 or Xbox?
I like Xbox, but potentially
Gotcha.
going to PS4.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Spotify or Apple Music?
Apple Music.
Are you a morning person or night person?
Morning person.
Favorite emoji?
I like the laughing emoji.
Okay, and if you had to choose one actor to play you in a movie about yourself, who would it be?
Caprio.
DiCaprio. All right, good answer, good answer. All right, yeah, let's run it up. Pineapple belong on pizza?
No.
PS4 or Xbox?
PS4.
Cats or dogs?
Cats.
Whoa. Spotify or Apple Music?
Spotify.
Are you a morning person or a night person?
Night.
If you had to choose one actor to play you in a movie by yourself, who would it be and why?
The guy you met, Tom Hardy.
Hey.
Oh, I met him too.
Yeah, well, we're gonna pop that picture right on the screen right here. If you had to, oh, sorry, I just did that one. Favorite emoji?
The peace emoji.
Peach emoji.
All right,
Well, that's what we need right now. We need peace in the world.
your turn.
All right, rapid fire. Pineapple does belong on pizza. I'm gonna go PS4 over Xbox, dogs over cats, Spotify over Apple Music. I'm a night person. I would also choose Leonardo DiCaprio. And favorite emoji is this one. I really like this one. You can use this for anything. Or is it like, yeah, it's like this. You can use this for anything. All right, Brian. What teams do you support and why? Let the viewers know. Just tell them about yourself.
Real Madrid fan, man. Honestly, it kind of goes back when I first started playing FIFA. Probably around like 2011, I want to say. I started kind of getting really into them. Just following them. I really kind of fell in love with
Did you like choose different teams and like you just
Or
like
was it just the default? Was that the default team?
It was just a team I kind of really liked the most, to be honest. I like playing with them, and then I started following them. They just seemed like really interesting. I really liked the players, like Casillas. I thought he was an amazing player.
Ronaldo?
Ramos. They had like Xavi Alonso before, Di Maria, Ronaldo, Benzema,
I believe.
Higuain. Yeah, I mean, they just had like incredible squad overall, and I did really like Ronaldo as well. But then I started realizing that it was much more than just Ronaldo. It was the team I just started really liking. Even after Ronaldo left, I stayed as a Real Madrid fan.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Actually, no. In this podcast, we go like this. Show him. Yeah. All right, Mr. Manchester himself. Why do you support Man U? Tell him why.
It goes back to 2008. Ronaldo, Berbatov, Tevez, Rooney, all good players in there. And I was in Paris. I went to a Nike store. I saw the jersey. It was a white jersey with a blue AIG sponsor on it.
Fire jersey.
Yeah, it was a fire jersey. And I got the jersey. I went home. I researched about Man U, and I really liked the team. And Man U back then was pretty decent. I think they won the treble, but 2008.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
What about you, AR?
So yeah, I follow Arsenal.
Yes.
I basically just lost a bet. and stuck with them. No, I'm just kidding. I know you guys can remember this. Playing FIFA tournaments in my dorm room, everyone had their team. I didn't have my team, so I chose Arsenal just because they were kind of like a low key team, and I didn't want to hop on any bandwagon and choose a team that was doing really well. Like I could have easily chosen like Man City or something, but that's just not me. I
What
chose
year?
Arsenal. Arsenal. So I chose them in 2016, freshman year, in my dorm room in Van Meter. Shout out to Van Meter. Yeah, Arsenal was. That's when they started their decline, I would say. So you can't give me any shit.
They were still the fourth, like before then, and then they just.
It's kind of when the whole like Wenger out started. Like that's when that's when I joined them. But yeah, we went to the Emirates about a little over a year ago. That was pretty cool, and that only made me fall in love with the team even more. So yeah, I'm an Arsenal fan. As for other teams, I support the Colombia national team, my dad's hometown team in Colombia, and the New England Reds. I'm from New England.
I was born in Ecuador actually. I'm Ecuadorian. I do follow the Ecuadorian national team. Big fan. But I'm from Massachusetts.
Yeah, so what about you? Where are you from?
I'm from Iran. I came here about 7-8 years ago. I do support Iran national team. They did pretty decent in 2018 World Cup. And I also support Sepahan, which is the team from my hometown.
So who would you say has been your football idol? Or idols, if there's more than one.
All right, go Chaz.
Go ahead, Chaz.
Chaz it up.
You're only picking one, right?
You can go more than one if you want.
I mean, again, since I started watching football around 2006, when I think about football, I think about Ronaldinho. So I think he is definitely top there. But my club, Rooney and Ryan Giggs, I really like them both.
Why Ronaldinho? Because he can be a controversial figure as well.
Well, not when he was playing. All that happens when after the fact. The guy had a lot of excitement when he played.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm like saying. Like, did you like it because of
his skills?
Because of that, or
even now, I think he's the most skillful soccer player ever. And overall, I think Messi is the best player in the world.
Nice.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. All right, Brian. Let me go first. So James Rodriguez, that's a no-brainer. That's my guy. After the 2014 World Cup and he made his move to Real Madrid.
He was a top scorer, right, in the World Cup 2014?
Yes, he was. Thank you for bringing that up. He was the top goal scorer in the 2014 World Cup. Eden Hazard, I know I'm an Arsenal fan, but when I first started following the Prem in 2013-14, I didn't really have a team. I just watched good football. And, man, that guy can glide through the field. I love watching that guy. Iron Robin is a big one. I like him just because, I mean, you don't really hear much about him off the field. He's just straight business, cutting in left foot, curling it around the goalkeeper. And then I want to throw Ronaldo in there just because he had his moments, and I kind of started to like him as well.
Cristiano,
yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna say
that's with Brian. Brian, take it away.
I like Ramos in the fact that he's probably one of the best leaders I've seen on a soccer pitch. Like even the last game that Madrid was playing, you could tell like the vibe he gives to his players and the presence he has on the field, and just coming up big on like very important games. Like
aggressive leader.
Yeah, I think he's
I have a question for you, Brian.
Yeah.
Did you fall in love with long hair headband Sergio Ramos or like clean fade Ramos?
I like the clean fade Ramos. I think he started coming up. I mean, you often see his development, obviously, but he started as a what, like a right back?
A left back or right back?
Yeah, he was a fullback. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then he has essentially transitioned to a new role. But you know, he is a player that can evolve and a player that comes out big and and who can really show his presence. Even at I think he's a little older now. I think he's like 33, 34ish. I want to say, but still out there. And I think him and Modric is an incredible player who probably one of the best midfielders I've ever seen in my life. And just absolutely control a whole game. And I think he kind of shows you a player that doesn't have that physical stature, but is just so intelligent on the ball and can just produce so much.
Okay, recap for the scores of the previous week. Man City, Arsenal, 3-0. Arsenal, Brighton, 2-1. Merseyside Derby, 0-0. Chelsea, Aston Villa was 2-1 Chelsea. Man City, Burnley, 5-0 City. Napoli, Juve, it was 0-0. They went to PKs. Napoli won. Juventus, Bologna, 2-0 Juve. Inter, Sampdoria, 2-1 Inter. We have Barca, Sevilla ended in 0-0. Man United versus Tottenham, 1-1. Real Madrid versus Valencia, 3-0 to Madrid. And then we have Real Madrid again versus Sociedad, 2-1 going to Madrid. And Dortmund, Leipzig, 2-0 Dortmund. So where do you guys want to start? Which one? We can go Real if you want.
I mean, we could do Man City.
Yeah, let's do the earliest one.
Yeah.
All right, we want to go Man City, Arsenal.
Thoughts, dude?
What a tough game, man. What a tough game.
As an Arsenal fan, how did it feel?
You were pretty optimistic too.
Dude, I was. On social media leading up to the game, I was tweeting away. I got so excited. I keep seeing all their training videos and stuff. Like, they look so promising. They're having a lot of fun. The weather is nice coming back from quarantine. And then they get stomped 3-0 versus City. And I'm like,
And then you see David Luiz play.
no. Before he got sent off, or before he committed both of his mistakes, Arsenal was right there, neck and neck, versus arguably like a top 3 team in the world, right? They were there, neck and neck. He single-handedly took us out of that game. Single-handedly. What was his first mistake? His first mistake was a
Game.
he failed to clear a ball, and Raheem Sterling, who hasn't scored in all of 2020, gets his first fucking goal against Arsenal. Then right after the halftime, he gets sent off for a bullshit play. Playing against 10 men against Guardiola's team. That's just not going to happen. That just sucked all the air out of Arsenal, and then City just had the game in their hands the rest of the day. So yeah. Not much to say there.
Outside of David Luiz, is there anything you were optimistic or like that you thought was good about the game, or you think that now really highlights it?
Right. So like some positives to take away.
Yeah. Positive.
Burn Leno was definitely positive. He played a brilliant game.
Well, Leno got injured in one of the other games, right?
Yeah, I believe in the Brighton game he got injured. But before he got injured, he was freaking awesome. Who else? Apart from that, Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney had a really good game. Our Scottish left back. He showed signs that he's actually a true left back, like something we've really been missing.
Was he very, like, going forward, like Alexander-Arnold, or like was he a good defender too?
Yeah, no. He's like a little bit of Alexander-Arnold and a little bit of Wan-Bissaka. Like, he can do a little bit of both, right? He's not like all the way in either direction, you know what I'm saying? But he's really good. He's really physical, and he's really young. I think he's only 23. He was bodying defenders. He was getting back on defense, and he was contributing a little bit going forward. But there was at times where you can tell that like he doesn't have enough game time in there yet. So like his decision making was a little off, where like he failed to give Aubameyang some runs in behind the defense. But more time under Arteta, maybe even another like full preseason, and I think we got something good. So yeah, those are like the only 2 takeaways. Apart from that, everyone else.
What do you think? What do you think the effect of Leno being injured is going to be on your season?
I mean, it came out of like we didn't even have a season. Honestly, we're just trying to maybe get into Europa League. Maybe we're just trying to stay in the top 10 at this point. Yeah, I mean, he's out at this point. I would just play all the fucking youngsters, let them build some confidence. But there's really not much to be playing for now. I mean, it does suck because I think he will be out for quite a while. That's gonna blow. Like,
yeah, I think it was Achilles, right?
yeah, no, it was like his knee. He landed.
Oh, ACL. Was it the ACL?
Oh shit, ACL.
I don't know. I don't know for sure, but no. Let me tell you this. I want to see how you guys react to this, but I saw some reports today that Arsenal was linked to Joe Hart.
Oh,
I can actually see that.
dude, who is that?
Why did he do this to me? Like, why? I think. Go ahead.
He left on a good note. Like he left Man City actually as like a decent goalkeeper. I think Guardiola just didn't like him. Like it didn't suit his style. Like he wasn't a bad goalkeeper as a whole.
Yeah, Guardiola got rid of him because he needs a player like Ederson, who can like play the ball out of the back and like accurately. Joe Hart cannot do that.
They
Also,
by Bravo right after him, right? And he was kind of shite. And then,
yeah, Bravo wasn't able to do it either. But Joe Hart's 33. His contract just ended with what was it, Burnley, I think. Why is Arsenal becoming a team where it's like a retirement home now? Like this is not right.
Players is like 38 now.
Yeah, I know it's bad. It's bad. It's really bad. So I don't know. Actually, this reminds me, Brian. I wanted to, Andre Lunin.
You do.
Yeah, I was reading reports that maybe he could go out on loan to Arsenal. I mean, 5 more minutes that he's not getting at Real Madrid.
I would actually like that because I think he's actually a really good goalkeeper.
Yeah, I would like that a lot too.
Yeah, I think he really needs the experience at a top club. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think his contract just ended with whatever team he was at just now. I wouldn't mind that at all.
The bad thing about him is that he's like so young, but the thing is that Courtois is actually like fairly youngish as well, so he's probably going to be there for a good amount of more years.
Yeah.
I just don't know how he's going to be integrated into the team, but the thing is I feel like he deserves to be like a number 1 spot, you know what I mean? Like he deserves more.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind him at Arsenal at all. I think he's really bright and we could do something with him.
Who is the second goalie right now?
The second goalie is a really old guy, Emilio Martinez. He's from Argentina, and he came in the Brighton game when Leno got injured. And I mean, he's good, but I don't think he's good enough to get like regular minutes in the Prem. Like it's a really tough league, and I don't know if he has it in him. I think we have to go out and get him a goalkeeper.
So
he's like a good backup goalkeeper.
Okay, so let's say like Leno gets injured till the end of the season. Do you think he's like someone who can like at least be there, like trustable?
For the end of this season?
Yeah, till the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, again, like there's not much to play for. Just play them and hopefully get Europa, maybe stay in the top 10. But I honestly don't think. I think that maybe having no European football next year is probably like a blessing in disguise because it just lets the team just focus on like rebuilding and not too many games and like really build like a strong core and because when you have too many games and the players get tired and it's not all there and then they just collapse.
It's really going to affect Arsenal revenue wise though, because
that is for sure. And also like what player wants to go to a team that can't even offer European football? So it's a really delicate situation, but Arsenal is really a really delicate team right now. So we're in a sticky situation.
All right, you want to move on to the next team?
You want to go Man United, Tottenham?
Yeah. This is your time to shine. First question.
Just spit it up, man. Just spit it up.
How did you like Pogba, the return?
Pretty good, man. I mean, I was kind of like, I hope that he's actually started the whole game instead of Fred, but he was pretty good when he came in. He had he dribbled. I think it was him, yeah. And then we got a PK, and then we scored. Honestly, combination of him, Fernandes, and McTominay would be a great midfield for Man U.
I really like McTominay because he does all like the dirty work, and he lets Pogba and Bruno get
definitely
up front
and like skilled as Bruno Fernandes, but he definitely has the ability to just like defend and make the team more. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's like a good belt in the
yeah.
field. You know?
He's basically what they thought Matic would be, but it didn't really pan out. McTominay, and he's got that fight in him. Like he's
Yeah,
like he'll get in your face. Like he won't back down. It doesn't matter who it is. I like that guy. I rate him a lot.
he's like a better version of Herrera, I say. They
Under
both,
Herrera.
yeah.
Yeah. The only thing with Under Herrera that kind of hurt him a lot was he'd often commit a lot of unnecessary fouls or PKs or penalties just outside the box, and that really came back to hurt them. But he did put in a lot of fight too, although he was much smaller.
Yeah. One thing that I really liked about the game was that I think the whole first half we had like more than 60% of like domination, and I don't see that a lot in like Manchester United games, so that was pretty good. And then even the whole game, Spurs had only a few chances, and obviously they scored. It was a combination of both De Gea and
Maguire.
ball. Yeah.
How do you rate the De Gea goal flaw?
I don't know. He did have a few like decent saves, but that one, I don't. If the ball was pretty hard. Like he was a.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, but you gotta save that. Like, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. You gotta save that. That's the thing, because De Gea is such a good goalkeeper, but he'll have that one stupid mistake, and then that's the only thing people will remember him by, is that one little mistake. Overall, a solid performance.
Loris also was pretty good. So.
Yeah, Hugo Lloris had a really good game.
He didn't make those mistakes before. That's the thing, but
yeah, I don't know.
Because I feel like he just has to correct the small mistakes.
Honestly, I think it's his confidence. Like last season, it was just, especially in the end of the season, it was just bad. Like I think I saw somewhere that he literally asked Ole to like not play him because he was like, he just kept doing like stupid mistakes. But like this season, it got a little better, and this one it wasn't I don't know, it wasn't his. I think it was his position. It wasn't a stupid mistake, this one. So I think if he increases like self-confidence, it's gonna be better. But he is very talented.
Let me ask you this. But actually, Dean Henderson, when does his loan end? Is it at the end of the season? Do you know?
I'm actually not sure.
But when he does return, who do you see being the number one there? Or is it too early to tell? Maybe you need like a full preseason to determine.
Yeah, that, but I still think De Gea is gonna start for another season at least.
I think if De Gea continues with like small flaws, I think Henderson could come in. Like if he's consistent, there's no reason why not.
Also, it's better for him to like come and like the competition probably would like solve the problem that De Gea is like facing right now, his confidence.
Yeah.
I think go ahead, Brandon.
I'm saying like the competition is important. Like if you see Madrid overall, Madrid's bench is literally another team.
Yeah.
Like
and it's the competition that like makes the team go forward.
Yeah.
Like, even Marcelo and Mendy, for example, they like Marcelo and Mendy like really fight it out. I mean, they get along very well, but they compete for that spot like a good amount. You know what I mean? And they're completely different players in how they play, but I think they offer themselves competition.
Yeah,
so it's important.
I was gonna say that I was a little bit disappointed in Man U, man. Like I thought they could have walked in there and walked away with 3 points. Like they were the better team.
Honestly,
they're fighting for that Champions League fourth spot.
Marco, I didn't even see him. It was kind of like
non-existent.
Yeah. Rashford had a good chance, but he missed. And Bruno Fernandes is great, right? But I feel like sometimes it's like a little selfish, and instead of just passing the ball and move forward, he just tries to shoot. I think he had some like opportunities to just pass it to Rashford and he like finishes, but like didn't happen. They just preferred.
I mean he's only had like less than 10 games, less than 15 games under his belt for Man U. Like the more time he gets to build chemistry with the players, he'll know when to shoot, when not to shoot, you know?
Yeah.
But I rate him a lot. I like that guy. And his English is really good for someone who's never played in the Prem.
Yeah, I was surprised too.
Yeah, it's really good.
Would you consider getting rid of Martial eventually?
I mean, if you get a, I mean, the link between Rashford and Marshall is pretty good. But if you get someone who like Martinez, maybe sure. But like, if you don't get like a very high class striker, I'd say just keep him.
Because
I feel like Marshall, like if the right price comes in, like why not let him go? Because
yeah, I would actually sell him.
you've had him for a little while now, and he's had his time to show what he's got. And it's I mean we know what he is. He hasn't shown anything more. Rashford on the other hand,
unfortunately.
Rashford on the other hand, they both of them came onto the scene around the same time. Rashford has shown that he has the potential to jump to that next level. Martial has kind of just stayed around that same area. Hasn't really shown much.
He's just a little. I think he's a good player. He's just inconsistent. That's the biggest.
That's like I think the main problem that Man U is facing. Like they build up really well, but they don't have a good finisher at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyone in the market? Oh wait, they have Igalo that they just got. I don't know if they did they extend him?
I think they did.
He did, yeah. I mean, he's a good backup. I like him.
But you don't see him as like the number one guy.
I mean, he's old. He's like 30.
You know who's actually a pretty good striker? From Watford. Oh no, from Wolves. I mean, from Wolves.
Oh,
the Mexican.
Yeah, the Mexican. He's like. Did you see his goal? What I think it was his goal this week.
The header, Raul Jimenez.
Yeah, Jimenez. But like he's been really doing well.
Yeah,
He could be a good option. He's proven the Premier League. He is like I think on the 28-ish age. So he maybe has like 4 more years left at a top level, but he's a good striker.
Yeah, he's 29. He has. I don't think he'll stay at Wolves at the end of this. Or
I don't think so either.
Because there's a lot of big name teams that are after him.
I even Barca wanted him a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, next game.
Next game, Real Madrid, Real Sociedad. Brian, just spit it out. Spit it out. And keep in mind, Amir is not here, so you just spit it out. You know what
I'm gonna give Amir's perspective as well. I'm a fair guy.
Which one are you gonna start off with? His perspective or your perspective?
Well, essentially, we have to go the week before, right? So, or not the week before, the game before. It was Barca, Sevilla, and Real Madrid, Valencia. Real Madrid's first half was honestly not that good against Valencia. I think Valencia was actually probably the better team. Second half, they really turned it around, and you really started seeing the team play like just really well. That was the one with Benzema's volley.
Yeah.
You guys saw the volley.
The difference in Real Madrid's first half and second half.
Yeah, the first half and second half were just light and day difference. But
like, what was different?
Yeah, what
I actually don't even know. They just came out with like so much energy, and like you just saw the quality. Like, snap. And you really started seeing, like, for example, the build up for that Benzema volley was literally stemmed from Casemiro. Casemiro made like an incredible like slide tackle from the back, got the ball back, passed it. I think it was to like Cruz. Cruz hit it to the side to where Asensio was. Asensio like one touched it with his outside of his foot right to Benzema. And Benzema just volleyed that. You really start seeing like if that Real Madrid plays against City, I think they can stack up. You know what I mean, it's just what type of Real Madrid is going to come out. And then obviously Barcelona fell against Sevilla, which gave the big opportunity for this past week. And Real Madrid came off on top against Sociedad.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
Real Madrid, James got the start.
He did have a start.
I shed a tear. Probably the only positive of my week in football is my boy got a start.
Yeah.
How do you think he did? I didn't see the first half, so I don't know.
So I thought he actually did a bit better in the first half. He was on the wing a little more, and then he drifted to the middle, and I thought he was doing well. I thought he added a little bit of control to the game. So honestly, I don't think he was too bad. I think he played well. But I guess the big criticism of Bahamas is that sometimes he can disappear.
Hmm.
But I think overall he played his part. Um, so I thought that was good. But we can talk about, I guess, the controversial decisions.
The PK.
Yeah. How you guys watched the highlights as well? What do you guys think about it?
Go ahead, yeah. I know you feel strongly about this.
I don't know. The PK, I think, who was it? Vinicius?
Yeah, it was Vinicius.
I think he kind of faked it. And then the second goal, I believe it was a handball. It hit the arm, not the shoulder, as you said.
It hit right here. I think this is still the arm. Oh yeah.
It's
It hit the shoulder. I'm sorry, not the arm. This is the shoulder. I mean, I think for the first goal, I will say it was a soft penalty,
soft.
but I think it was still a penalty. I don't think Vinicius faked it. I think he did grab him. It was just that it was just that it like barely got him, and it had an effect on the game. I don't think it was like a strong penalty, but I think it was a penalty.
Did they check the VAR?
I want to say yeah he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. And I believe the people. I don't think the ref actually checked Benzema's goal, but he got word from the other part of the VAR, because they were looking at it as well. I mean, and there is to say that next year, official guidelines will represent that a handball is actually represented by the sleeve. So if we want to go by next year's guidelines, then it wouldn't be a penalty. I can understand.
You're saying below the sleeve, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so essentially the sleeve will mark if it's a handball or not, right?
Ah, got you.
Yeah, because I mean, essentially it's like, how can you? It's how much can you make yourself bigger, right? Because your hand has to be essentially making yourself bigger to give yourself an advantage. I don't know if this like right here is enough to make yourself bigger to give yourself an advantage.
Well, I think anything that is not attached to your core is considered as a PK, like upper body.
But
it was not like your shoulder; it was his arm. You know.
It wasn't here though. It was like right here.
Nah, it was literally here.
I'll tell you what. We'll let the viewers decide. We'll start a poll.
Yeah, put a comment down below.
Comment down below what you think. We'll start a poll or something, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
I mean, look, it's not black and white, and that's what me and Amir actually agreed on. So we're like, look, I think soccer as a whole football has it's not black and white, so it's really it's very subjective, right? So, and I think that's why they're making the rule. It's like the sleeve, so we can actually tell, because otherwise it's just kind of a guessing game. And if the refs go one way, especially with a big team like Real Madrid, then people are gonna say that it's a bias. So,
Brian, I got something to add. I know Vinicius came in at the end, right? He didn't really get any meaningful minutes, right? They pretty much had the game sealed.
Which game?
The one against Sociedad. That's when they were wearing the green uni, right?
No, Vinicius started that game.
He did?
Yeah, that's where you got the penalty, remember?
Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of the Valencia game. Never mind.
No, against Valencia, he came on a little later on.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, at the end of the Valencia game, he had so many runs in behind the defense. Like his pace is ridiculous.
Yeah, I was actually gonna touch on that.
Just give him a pass behind the defender, and he'll beat the defender every time.
Yeah, so that's essentially their game plan.
Yeah, no, I know. And sometimes they fail to give him the ball. All you have to do is in around behind the defender and let him make that cut.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is, how long until he overtakes Hazard's spot as the starting left winger on the team?
See, I don't know if he has to. I think he just has to. I think Bill just has to leave and potentially even claim the other one. I think he is better from the left, but he can't play the right as well. And kind of to touch on your point, They literally do that so often where Cruz sometimes just like looks up. Like Vinicius sometimes has the ball, he gives it to Cruz, and then Cruz just launches it. I
Yeah.
remember one time against Valencia, he came on second half. The defender had a solid head start. Vinicius just came and absolutely wrecked him.
I know. You just have to throw it into open space, and he won't even. He doesn't even start his run. He'll just start it after, and he'll still get there. It's
the
ridiculous.
the problem with that, what I'm seeing is like he's actually too fast. And hear me out when I say this, he's actually too fast for his own teammates, where he essentially, because by the time he gets there, he's kind of on the wing, so he needs someone to be in the middle to pass it to the score, but his teammates aren't fast enough to actually get there. Like he's just so much faster than everyone else that even like he essentially needs someone to be in the middle so he can just like tap it in. You know what I mean? But
I mean,
sometimes,
I guess that just depends on like awareness from the other players to like understand their reading of the game and be where they need to be. Because
yeah,
you can't say he's too fast. Like the whole
no,
point
trust me,
the whole point of beating a defender is to get past your defender. You know what I mean? If he doesn't go fast enough, then the defender will catch up right along with the other attacker.
yeah, I'm not saying it's not it's a huge asset. It's just more of like Real Madrid has to practice having that awareness with them because essentially he needs help and he's still developing in his finishing, and essentially and that with that speed you're pretty much forced to finish one-on-one, right? And he's still kind of practicing that, and what I've seen is like since he recognizes that's not his strength, he goes for the assists. And so he usually wants someone to be there. I remember like against the Valencia game, I think it was, he literally like the one he literally beat the defender, and he was looking for Marco Asensio, and Asensio was coming. He was coming a little late, but Asensio isn't. He was kind of blocked by the defender, and he wasn't quick enough to get there. So,
Speaking of Asensio, what a goal, man! Coming back from injury.
Yeah.
What a guy. I know Zidane was also celebrating on the sideline when that happened. First touch, first goal.
well, he has a thing for return or first goals, and himself.
And then it disappears.
Whoa, we have to see.
Guys.
We have to see. Why are you taking Amir's side? Amir hates Asensio. He absolutely despises him. He hasn't done anything to him.
I remember Asensio was linked to
Arsenal.
Liverpool for some time. That never happened though.
He's a good player. He just needs to get back into it.
You guys have so many forwards. That's the problem.
We have so many everything, man. Jovic doesn't even play. I forgot what happened to him.
Okay. Life after quarantine. Brian, how did you spend your time? Are you happy that football's back?
I am very happy. The problem is I'm working, and so I have to try to still watch my games while I work, which is usually a problem. So I had to figure that out.
I actually messaged Amir on Instagram, and he sent me that website he uses to rewatch the games in their entirety. Like,
yeah, I think that's probably what I'm gonna be fairly
Yeah.
dependent on, and just maybe not watch the score and just watch the game.
hmm
I just get out too late. Essentially, they start playing around like 4 Eastern time, and I get out at work at like 5. So
We're gonna have a link below, so if you guys wanna watch the whole games, you just
yeah, we'll also comment the link below. Also, comment down how many times Brian says the word essentially. Okay, we'll keep like a tracker. So Brian, how do you feel about your club this season? How have they done, and where do you think they can improve going forward? Like, where can they finish at the end of this season?
be pessimistic too.
I honestly, we're playing pretty well. I think we just have to be consistent, and sometimes Real Madrid seems to be a second half team in the last 2 games.
No, that is true. Yep.
So I think it's more about having that consistency, because second half they're pretty up there. Like even against like a Bayern or City, they if they play that second half tempo, I don't know who can stop them. Especially with Benzema. Benzema's just he's up there with Lewandowski right now for me. As just a top striker that can not only finish but he can also create.
He's getting old.
Benzema's been solid for a little while now.
Yeah.
Someone reliable.
He's getting old, but he's still a top striker, man. I can guarantee Man United will take him any day of the week.
That's facts. Yeah.
Any day of the week.
It's a shame that France doesn't want him. They kind of just wasted his international career.
Yeah.
Here's Giroud over him.
Yeah, that's a shame. Do you see that he compared Giroud? I think it was like NASCAR to something like
a Ferrari or something.
Yeah, Ferrari, like NASCAR or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, he's not wrong.
So, Brian, you didn't answer my question though. How do you feel about your club's season so far, and where do you think they could finish at the end of the season?
I mean, we're top of the league technically. So I don't think we're doing bad. Honestly, even if we don't win the Champions League and if we win La Liga, I think it's still a successful year for us. Compared to where we were last year, it's
last year was
last year was like so rough, and essentially everyone it was just a big transition, and not everyone was synced in. I think this year Zidane really has everyone synced in, really has them playing. I think the signings were good overall, so it's been good. I think we just have to try to see what we can do against City.
Awesome, yeah.
And it's good. The game is going to be in where is it going to be? Bernabeu or Etihad?
I think in the Etihad, because I'm pretty sure they played in the Bernabeu last one.
I think it's actually going to be a third-party location for all Champions League. I might be wrong, but I think it might be like.
No, I think that's they changed the location for the final game.
Oh, I thought it was just all the quarterfinals were just at a third party. But I like you said, I might be wrong. It could be just at like the other location.
Yeah, the game was at the first leg was at the Bernabeu, so the next one will be in the Etihad.
Pretty good.
Good luck, dude.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
What about you?
In my heart.
The Don. How do you feel about your club season so far, and where do you think you finish? Jazz.
I'm pretty satisfied. They've done better than last season, and I'm glad that the club trusted Ole. He definitely needs more time. All of his signings, every single one of them, have been pretty good. Fernandez, James, Igalo. Who else?
Fred?
No, not Fred. He was before.
Are you talking about for this season or all of
the signings under Ole? I'm talking about.
Oh.
Maguire, all of them have been and Van Bissaka. I think they're getting better and better. Probably need another few seasons to be top tier, but they gotta trust him. And for this season, I think I see Man U as fifth. I say fifth is fine. It's reasonable.
I think
they're literally 6 points behind Chelsea. So
I think Man U will be that team that gets into the Champions League via that fifth spot. That's because City is.
Yeah.
So
we still have the opportunity in the Europa League, and I mean.
Oh, true. Yeah.
There are a few strong teams. Inter and Dortmund are in Europa League, but Man U is also a big team. So.
Do you think they will be able to beat Chelsea next year for that top four?
Dude, next year?
Yeah.
I mean, Chelsea had a few really good signings.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just doing well.
I don't know anything about Man U's next season signings, so I can't tell you right now. But as of now, I mean, we beat Chelsea twice this season easily, so I think Man U is Man U, man. Why not?
Why not?
They
Why
have
not?
some. I don't know. I think Chelsea could potentially outdo Man U.
We'll see.
But I'm not sure. I mean, I think it's going to be a close race, right?
Next season, I promise you, Man U is going to be top 3.
Top 3. Wait. I have a question. A follow-up question. Do you think Leicester will be able to do what they did this season, next season? Just jump into a
I
championship?
don't know. I don't think
I don't
so.
know.
I don't know.
No.
They were started so strong, and then they just became inconsistent toward the second half.
What happens to teams like Leicester is that they have like new stars, right? And right after one season, like what happened to Ajax,
They ship them out.
big club just like
Yeah.
It's related to their depth, right? Because essentially you need a fairly like deep bench in order to be consistent throughout the season. If you're only concentrating against your starting lineup, they're gonna get tired and they can't handle the whole entire season. That's why you see like teams like City, parts of Liverpool, Madrid, Barca. They have deep
Arsenal,
squads.
all of those.
Yeah, Arsenal, exactly. that's the one I was thinking about.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry.
I see a good future for Man U.
Arsenal's got Chelsea's got a 5-point lead on United.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Chelsea's been slipping up too lately, except this past weekend where they got their shit together.
What do you guys think about Lampard as a coach?
I think he's been doing well, actually.
Yeah, he surpassed my expectations. I know he managed beforehand at Derby County. But it's different managing the championship versus going into a top 6 side in the Prem. But I mean, he's got his team.
He wasn't able to like buy any like new players like last year.
True, yeah. And on top of this, he's been able to give all of his youngsters. I think there's been like 7 or 8 young players that have debuted under.
They're all pretty good.
Yeah. So that's big props to him. That's showing confidence in his youth.
I think this year he's really going to get judged, right? Because he's been spending the money.
Yeah.
So I think this year, essentially, when you spend more money, you get credit. You get more, feedback on how well you're performing, and I think we're gonna really evaluate him.
He's just a little inconsistent, but like overall, he's been pretty good.
I mean, he's in top 5. If he gets them in the top 4, I think that's a job well done.
Yeah,
for a first season,
compared to where they were before, job well done.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you rate Chelsea under Mauricio Sarri versus Frank Lampard?
I like
much better.
Yeah.
Mauricio Sarri had a hard time getting players to stand behind him, whereas I haven't seen anyone bump heads with Lampard. Like, they're all on the same page.
I think they respect him.
I will say, when it's all said and done, they did win the Europa League, so like they did win a trophy there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the respect
comes down to winning trophies. What's that?
You beat Arsenal, right?
I'm sorry, you lagged a little bit. I couldn't hear you.
I think Lampard is kind of a similar to the Don. Obviously, the Don Lampard himself was a really extremely good player, but they have the respect, from the players, where essentially they can also not only have the respect and like mold them, but like teach them as well. I think Lampard has that experience of playing on the field, so he's especially with the young players that he's bringing, he's like, maybe like pick up your head, make a pass like here. He himself is good at that, so I think he can really mold the players, the young players specifically.
All right, let me hop in on this. Let's just get this over with. I mean, you gonna ask something?
Nah, yeah, I'm just asking the question from you.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, ask it.
How do you see Arsenal this season?
I actually have a better question. Ready?
Season from now.
If you had 2 players or 2 positions,
who would be the first two positions you would first? Which player would you take out, and
I don't know
essentially
what
from
you
what
just
position?
Wait, what's your question?
So essentially, out of your whole squad, right? Which two positions do you think you need the most?
Oh, to improve. A left-footed center back. Oh, I'm sorry, a right-footed. Is it left or right? I don't know. We have this youngster William Saliba coming in. I don't know what his dominant foot is, but another center back to pair with him, and then probably a center mid, a box-to-box mid. I mean, that's been our problem for a little while now, but someone that comes back on defense, but also provides some creativity up front, and that's what we lack. I mean, Ozil can do it a little bit, but he provides nothing defensively. Like, he'll walk on
Yeah.
defense.
He's not a box-to-box midfielder. I think Guendouzi is more of a box-to-box, no?
He is, but he's still young. It's still a lot to put on him, you know what I mean? But how has my team done this season? They've been short, man. I'm just going to get to the point. They've been short. There's been a lot of positives, though. There's been a lot of breakout players, youngsters. They've been getting a lot of playing time, like Martinelli, Bukayo Saka, Joe Willock. Who else is out there? I feel like I'm missing someone. We've had 3 head coaches. We've had Unai Emery. Emery out. That man was bringing us down and down and down. Then we had an interim head coach. We had Freddie Lundberg. He was one of the Invincibles, one of the team that went undefeated in 2002 or 3, I believe. Just want to throw that in there. Only team to ever do it. So yeah, it's been a big mix-up. There's been a lot going on. All the veteran players haven't really stepped up the way they should have, other than like Laka and Leno. Aubameyang and Leno. Players like Laka, Ozil, Granit Xhaka haven't really performed to what they can be. So that's been a disappointment. And then there was that whole Granit Xhaka fallout where he like swore at the fans and the fans hated him for like a month. And then he gained back their trust, but like too little too late, you know what I mean? What else? Oh, and our new signings haven't really made like a major impact. Who are our new signings? Nicolas Pepe has been somewhat involved, but I know he can do more. For his price tag, he needs to do more. That's just the bottom line. Who else did we get this season?
He's kind of inconsistent, no? I feel like he has like some really good moments, but most of the time he's not there.
I mean, he does get a lot of bad rep though. Like he has in his first season, I think he has like 7 goals, 8 assists. Like that's pretty involved for a first-year player. But again, he can do more. And that's what I truly believe. And then also what doesn't help is that we've had a lot of injuries as well, so that's just messing us up. Working this team finish, I hope they maybe slip into 6th spot Europa League. If not, it's not the end of the world either. I know we're going to be losing out on a lot of money financially because when you qualify for these tournaments, you do get some money. But still, like if it's gonna hurt us, like I don't think we should do it. If one season with no European football, I honestly don't think it'll hurt us that bad, and we can just regroup and just start a new rebuild. All right, let's get into some predictions. Oh, if only Amir was here right now, we could do the Barcelona Bilbao. How do you guys see that score?
Oh,
They have to win. Like
They have to win. The title race is heating up, and there's not that many games left.
They have to win, but Bilbao is actually a very good team in terms of just causing trouble, to be honest.
Bilbao's that pain in the neck, man. They're a tough team.
I don't like versing Bilbao, to be honest. They're kind of annoying to face. So I could see an upset. I could see at least a tie.
Dude, I love it. I would love it.
I would love it too. I think Barca will win just because they have to win, but I could see an upset. Very
possible. Anything else you guys want to add, or should I move on?
I say Barca's gonna win.
Barca's gonna win. I say Barca's gonna win just because the title race is right behind them, and they have to put up points.
Yeah, they have to.
All right, Man United, Sheffield United. Dean Henderson.
Good game.
He's gonna show out. prove why he should be the number one.
I could see an upside here too, actually.
Although Sheffield did have a really poor performance against, I think it was Newcastle recently. They played like a top 10, top team, and they didn't do so well.
Yeah.
But it's Sheffield, and they've had overall a great season. So how do you think they'll do?
I'd say Man U's gonna win, but they're gonna have a hard time scoring. So it was probably like a 1-0.
Like a 1-0 Rashford goal.
I can see like a 2-1, 1-1, or 1-0.
So basically every outcome.
Yeah, I see a draw too, but I'm hoping for a win.
All right. Liverpool, Crystal
What about you?
Palace. Oh, me? Yeah, good point. Good
People are
point.
waiting for your thoughts, so they bet on Man U, man, or Sheffield United.
I would bet the money line on Man United. Okay. Liverpool, Crystal Palace. How do you guys see that going?
Liverpool for sure. Crystal Palace this season is so bad.
Wait. Can I add this? Liverpool almost seems like they don't even care anymore. Like
No.
they already won the league. Their last game against Everton was so fucking boring.
No.
It's like they already won. What do we have to prove? They're playing like random ass players. And I blame it on City for not putting up enough competition to really have them, cooking up. But I don't know. I could probably see them drawing, and Liverpool wouldn't care.
Yeah, I could see a draw, but I do think they're gonna react. And
True, they could bounce back.
essentially, I don't think Klopp really likes to lose consistently like that either. I think it's kind of a dignity thing as well, where they still want to win for themselves, regardless if they're gonna win the title or not.
What a shame that the best team in the world isn't even in the Champions League anymore. Like,
I like it too. Yeah,
all right.
It's a few.
Arsenal, Southampton. You guys go first. I'll let you guys go first.
No, you go first.
I'll go first. All right, realistically, 8-0 Southampton.
Really? He's not gonna be there. Actually, he will, right?
Wait, who?
David Luiz.
I'm not sure. I hope not. Fingers
You have a
crossed.
savior back.
No.
No Leno though.
Honestly, he might even play because we're so short on center back. I hope he plays, gets a red card, and is out again. No, Arsenal Southampton. It's an away fixture. And Arsenal is so bad away.
I can see a tie.
I'm gonna say 1-0 Arsenal. I want to say 1-0
I can
Arsenal
see a 1-1.
because they've been very disappointing these last two games, and they need to prove.
They need
I-
a point. Like it's just
Yeah,
pretty bad.
they need it.
Do something. So I'd say Arsenal too. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Arsenal 1-0. Okay, you guys want to add anything? Because we got a good one coming up.
Let's do it.
All right, Chelsea, Man City, two big six sides going up against one another. We got Pep versus Lampard.
I think Man City will win. I don't think it's gonna be as big of a gap, though. Like I don't think it's gonna be like Man City Arsenal. I'm sorry, but
Just two
I think it could be like a 2-1, something like that.
Dude, I think it's gonna be Man City with a big one, like a 3-0 or something.
Really?
Yeah. Because
Wow.
Chelsea this season is still Chelsea this season, not next season.
True, they did. They were down 1-0 to, I believe it was whatever team they played just now. I think it was Aston Villa, and they had to come back and score two.
Yeah.
Okay, Chelsea, Man City. De Bruyne is De Bruyne. He'll shred up any defense. So if Chelsea doesn't show up and they're not awake, I'll make them pay. I'm gonna go City. Let's just keep it real. I don't know what the score will be, but I'm gonna say City. City's gonna win that one.
Nice.
And that favors Man U because Man U is trying to close that gap.
Yeah.
I think the fans should know we've been thinking of a good idea where essentially maybe like every couple of weeks or month, we can see whoever predicted the best. Like who has the most accurate predictions. And we can do like a contest of that. So if you think that's a good idea, comment down below.
If you think it's a good idea, just DM me.
You're hot.
All right, Juve versus. I'll let Yaz take this one away because I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Yeah, UA definitely, because Lecce has been pretty shy this season, and also Lazio and Inter are following Juve, so they better win.
I'm gonna be honest with the viewers. I'm gonna be transparent with them. I've never heard of that team, Lecce, so I'm gonna say Juve.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Juve as well.
All right, moving on. Inter versus Parma.
Say Inter.
No,
Let's take a look at the Serie A team.
last game. Lukaku and Martinez scored.
Yeah.
And Christian Eriksen was the man of the match. Definitely Inter.
Yeah, I think for me it's definitely Inter.
Inter.
Just
Dortmund, Hoffenheim.
Sanchez going back to Man U next season.
Say that again.
Sanchez going back to Man U next season. Just like
Oh, true. He's on loan. He's definitely not going back. They got to sell him or put him on a loan.
Literally a waste of space.
He was the best player on Arsenal. Goes to Man U and forgets how to touch a ball.
Dude, same thing happened to Mkhitaryan. He was alright in Man U. He was a decent player, but like when he went to Arsenal, it was.
He was a good player at Dortmund.
Yeah.
Dortmund, Hoffenheim.
Say Dortmund. I mean, the Bundesliga as a whole is already over.
It's over. Yeah.
But I think Dortmund will still win.
Dortmund. And then Bayern, Wolfsburg. Again, same thing, same deal.
I'm gonna say Wolves because I feel like Bayern's not gonna even care.
I will say as a kind of to go back in the Dortmund game. If the last game it was Holland and Gio Reyna. Gio Reyna had a very good touch, set up Holland very well. I think there's a lot of really bright potential, specifically with Gio Reyna, and I mean just a good partnership with Holland. If Holland stays another year or so to kind of develop, I think it'll be good.
Gio Reyna, that's my boy right there.
He scored 2 goals against Schalke too, I believe. He's pretty good.
All right, it's gonna be interesting to see how this all pans out.
For the Bayern game, I'm probably gonna go Bayern.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like,
subscribe, and comment down below.
Comment down.
When you guys will be seeing this, it'll be what? Wednesday, possibly.
Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Wednesday, 6 p.m. Just so the viewers know, we record on Mondays, so just keep that in mind.
Mondays, so.
This is a question for the Don, for Yazdonsky. Where can they follow us on our socials?
So Insta is @Crossbar Podcast.
Yeah, just throw that right across the screen.
That's it. That's the
It's
one.
been a good episode.